Hey everyone, it's Corey. Long time no see, right? I figured I should give some justification as to why I haven't recorded in a little while. Just like the real bare bones gist of things is that a lot of stuff has been going on, and I couldn't really, sit down in front of the camera and like capture the moments that I was having as being positive because the past 2 weeks have been kind of rough and I haven't filmed in about 2 weeks, so I just needed to kind of wait until I was like settled in like a good mood, and like my spirits were lifted to try and like film again, because I can't personally like act for the camera. Like, this is like really just how I'm feeling, and even if I'm a little bit down in this video, like, who knows, but things are better. Videos will hopefully be coming more often, and yeah, I was pushing off my favorites for as long as I could, and here's my favorites. Here's glasses, here's nude lip, here's hair down with highlights, and here's the start of the video. The first thing I would like to talk about is this cup. I know, everyone has this damn, like, duochrome blue, purple, green cup from Starbucks. It is metal. It has a metal straw. I've been trying to drink a lot more water, because water is good for you, and I saw everyone having this cup, and I was like, if I had that cup, it would motivate me to drink a lot more water. And so far, I've been drinking a lot more water. Like, you know what's in this cup? Water. Moving on to probably one of the most important favorites ever is the BareMinerals original foundation. Like, folks, this is like special packaging because it was in like the 30th anniversary kit that came with a brush. It actually came with this brush, which is like a short-handled synthetic kabuki that has like a dent in it. I don't like this brush superbly, but this foundation, this is the original foundation. They have a matte formula and a original formula. The original formula is like kind of glowier because it has bismuth oxychloride, and this foundation is absolutely spectacular. I got it in my summer shade. It's the only foundation I have in my summer shade, and it's incredible. Like, I don't even want to wear different foundations because this one is so good. Like, so it has a sifter that looks like this, and I've really used quite a bit of this. Like, I'm looking at it and there's not a lot left. I've had this for about 2 months now, but this foundation is so good. Like, the finish is so beautiful and like glowy. It looks very nice in the sunlight, which is tricky for like glowy foundations, because sometimes like if they have luminosity in like the form of like shimmer in the formula, it can look kind of like it's not very forgiving in natural light. But this looks really good in sunlight, and I'm very happy with it. It is SPF 15. I wear the color medium tan, which is C30, and yeah, I just love it. And the brush I've been using to apply it, I've been using like a couple. I either use like a round top kabuki, like the Real Techniques buffing brush, the Sephora mineral powder brush. But when I'm just like in a rush, or even if I'm not in a rush, like, because I think this brush is great, the Pro Full Coverage Airbrush number 53 by Sephora, the one that looks like this. I'm pretty sure e.l.f. just came out one which is like identical to it, but this is like kind of like a dense fan brush, I would describe it as. It's like a kabuki fan. It's shaped like this. The ferrule is kind of like pinched, if you can see that. Like, it kind of like bows out. It's not super duper duper dense, but it is dense enough, and it doesn't really have like a lot of wiggle. This brush just fits really nicely into the cap. You just swirl it all in there, and then you really quickly buff it all over the skin. Like, the surface area of it is pretty big, so you can just really quickly like buff everything all in, and it makes the finish of BareMinerals so nice. Something that I found is that you really need to buff mineral makeup in, because you just need to buff it. Like, you can't really like stamp it on or like stipple it on. Like, you really need to like work it into the skin to make it look good. So that's what I do with it. I buff my BareMinerals with the Sephora 53 brush, and I think that this is a beautiful combo of products. I've kind of stopped in general using cream products, which sounds kind of crazy, just like dropped creams all along, but I stopped wearing liquid foundation like a while ago. I just don't like the feeling of liquids on my face, like the application of them. I think that they sit fine, but I just don't want to apply them ever. So I switched over to a powder under eye concealer. I say this in every single video, but I really don't have very bad under eye issues, so like a little bit of coverage under my eyes that's like a little bit lighter is all I need. And I have been using the BareMinerals concealer. This is like the corrector shade in Well Rested. It's like a very, very, very pale yellow shade. And this has the same sifter that the foundation does, and it actually has really high coverage. So I just use like a Real Technique setting brush, and I just like work it into the lid and like tap it all off, and then just really quickly like buff it right under the eye and drag it like a little bit down and a little bit up, and I think it's been working really well. It's not 100% matte, so it gives a little bit of luminosity, and it's pigmented enough without being too pigmented. I think if you try to layer this on top of a concealer, it may be too much, but by itself, just over like nice and primed skin, it is really nice. In terms of primed skin, all I have been using is the Pixi Glow Mist. Like, oil, whatever this stuff is, you shake it, it turns into one thing. This is my second bottle of this. Guys, like, I don't repurchase things, like, I really don't, but this stuff is so good. I gave the rest of my first bottle to my hairdresser, Kayla. Hello, Kayla. Do you guys like how I talk about Kayla in every single video? Because Kayla likes it. This stuff is so good for, like, prepping the skin. Like, I freshly washed my face, apply this over bare skin, like, after it's been shaken up. The mist is, like, super duper fine, if you can see that. And it just goes on the skin, like, so beautifully. It kind of leaves, like, a little bit of a residue on, like, your skin. So when I buff in, like, powder foundation, it almost, like, makes it a little bit creamier. Second bottle, so good. You can get it at Target, and it's, like, new, and it's so good. Pixi Glow Mist, yes. This favorites video is going to be dominated by highlighters. I'm just gonna, like, warn you now. And the first one we're gonna start out with is an old favorite, which is discontinued, but I just need to mention it because I've been loving it so much. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Gold. I mentioned this like a while ago, like it was limited edition around holiday season. It's like yellow. And I've been using like a big fan brush and like applying this to the top of the cheekbone and down and like on the apple, and it almost like warms up my face without having to apply blush, bronzer, anything. It just like gives me like that luminous glow and like color, because it is kind of yellow, but it doesn't look particularly yellow on the skin. It just like really accentuates like the warmth of like yellow toned skins or like olive skins. And now that I'm like pretty damn tan, this is looking better and better and better. It is discontinued. I don't know products that are like this really. It's like a yellow highlighter. I think NYX might make something similar in their Illuminator family, but I'll have to check that out. But Champagne Gold is really nice. And also, this is a tiny one, but this is Opal. And I can't believe I haven't owned this earlier. Like, it's just so good. It's kind of like a pinky beige shade with like a cool tone shimmer. It definitely is a highlighter on like the more cool neutral side, but this just looks so beautiful on the skin. Like, it's crazy. I don't have it on today. I have something else on that I'm about to mention, but I don't know, like everyone knows about this highlighter, I feel, at this point, so I can't even talk about it that much, but it is just so beautiful. Like, the finish is just so smooth on top of the skin, and it's just so good. Becca Opal, everyone needs it. And what I'm wearing today is Laura Geller Gilded Honey. So this is the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Gilded Honey, and it's like a baked gel formula, so it's kind of like MAC's Extra Dimension finish. It is Whisper of Guilt. Like, it is Whisper of Guilt. It is absolutely probably, like, one of my top 3 favorite highlighters that I've ever owned, and I have a lot of highlighters. It's just so good. It works with, like, every single look. Like, it looks painfully gold in the pan, but when you just put it on the skin, it just looks like beautiful, wet, luminous skin, and it's so nice. The texture of it is so smooth. Like, it doesn't even feel like a powder. Like, when you put a brush into it, it doesn't have like any powder kick up, which is something that I'm really particular about. Like, I don't like powder kick up. You can get Laura Geller at Ulta, and they have the Gilded Honey one, which is this one, and they have one in a shade called Ballerina, which is kind of more of like a silvery pink. That one's really pretty too, but I just don't think it will like work very well on my skin tone. So they have two options for like cool and warm, and this is such a beautiful formula. Like, get one that works for you because it's stunning. This isn't a highlight, this is a contouring product, but this is the contouring product. The contouring product. The contouring product. This is the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. This is like the grayest contour ever. It's even a little bit too light for me. Like, I really need to kind of like lightly just ash out the bottom of my contour or else it looks funny. But this contour is just so incredible. Like, NYX blush in Taupe, I got it at Ulta. The texture is very, very, very dry. Like, it's very matte, but also very pigmented. So you can really kind of go overboard. Like, I use a really precise kind of, like, angled blush brush like this. And I just really quickly, like, pop it right at the bottom edge of my contour. And then I cook my contour. And it just cuts the cheeks so well. Like, it emulates such real shadow. And I love it so much. My hair's doing something funny right now. But, NYX blush in Taupe, get it at Ulta, and they always have like buy one get one 50% off at Ulta, so I highly recommend this one if you are fair to medium looking for an incredible cool toned contour. In case you're wondering what I have on now, it's not really a favorite for this month, but I really do love it. I just got it, so I don't want to like include it, but I'm just going to give you like the heads up about what it is. This is MAC's Naturally Transformed. It's part of their like new matte collection. And it is so nude, like, but it's like a beige nude, like it has no pink or peach undertones, which is like what I look for in like a wipeout nude. Like, I want them to be very beigey so that it pretty much looks like I have no lips, you know, like, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like, if I go nude, I go nude, so like, I go like, nude. Okay, on that note, we have an eyeliner that I've really been liking. This is the Sephora Crayon Contour Eye Pencil 12 Hour in the shade Cocoa. This, I mentioned, it came in that little kit thingy, the Bronze Bears All kit from Sephora. This is it. It's a very, very, very dark, warm brown that has like a little bit of shimmer in it. And this pencil, like this line of pencils, I only have one color in it, but this holds up in my waterline better than any pencil I have ever used. Like Urban Decay, Rimmel, anything. This thing is incredible. I think I'm going to get it in the black shade, and I'm going to get it in the nude shade, because I like to wear nude on my waterline on the daily, and I use the Rimmel one, but it doesn't last very long, so I think I'm going to pick it up in this one, and it's the Sephora in-house brand, and I think it's really, really, really good. Very quickly, there's like two more things I want to mention, and then we will wrap this video up. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama Brow Sculpting Mascara in Auburn. I've mentioned this product before in a favorites video, but it was the blonde shade when I used to have like my silver hair. Now I have like red with like gold highlights in the top, but Auburn, I still have like red pigment, so I need to like help warm up my brows. And this one, it's like a light caramel color, I would say. It doesn't tint them severely, but it really does hold them very well, and it just kind of warms up the overall brow, which I really like. I really just like that formula of brow gels. And this last product is the BareMinerals Soft Curve Face and Cheek Brush. It's kind of peculiar. It's not, it looks like a duo fiber brush, like technically, but it's not. Like all the bristles are like the same length. They're just kind of two colors. And it's just very like loosely packed. It has kind of you can see like the angle that it has. It has like a little flat bit and then it curves up. And this fits the curve of the cheek so well. Like, this applies your blush in like 3 seconds. It's incredibly soft. Like, this is a synthetic brush, and BareMinerals like natural hair brushes are not very good. But this new line of synthetic brushes are absolutely beautiful. BareMinerals is just having 20% off friends and family, so I picked this up then. And it's just so nice. Like, there was one day when I was with my friend and I just had this and was just like touching my face with it all night. Like, it's so nice. Alright guys, that's the end of May favorites. I know we're halfway like through June, but I mean, better late than never, right? I'm finally getting like back into the swing of things with recording and everything. I have like a couple plans for videos coming up, and I would love your suggestions down below if you can give them to me. We're almost at 200 subscribers, and that's like really, really, really awesome. So, I never know what to say after I say that. So just keep on watching and eat your vegetables and drink milk and drink water. And have a nice day. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.